we continue with Deku going, actually no, we're continuing this episode with Asui, with Ojiro, and Ojiro asking her to talk to the Mother Tree to let them in. However, the Mother Tree tells them that there is no certain way in to her place unless you go through the back end, which would instantly place you into one of the deeper depths of her massed oceans that she has. They ask for where this could possibly be, as she says that like only a high-ranking druid could possibly go past it, you know, and she worries that, well, Asui would never be able to do it. Asui checks, they both travel to this place. Ojiro actually says that like he's going to find more people to try to help. He goes into town. Meets up with Tsukiyomi. As they start walking in, they find Asui collapsed on the floor. In this mystical forest, anything could have happened. To be honest, it could have been a random monster attack. However, being a druid, she is at peace with most animals that are in the forest. This would have had to be something huge. There was no external markings on her either. Ojiro immediately covers her in his flesh tail. He points towards the entrance and takes Asui with him and Todoroki. As they go into this cave, they find in the deeper depths hundreds of monsters floating around in the depths. These level 20 monsters, that's the very least that you're going to find, as it's just pure dark. You can't see them fully. They're just shadows in this dark cavern. However, Todoroki says, no, we need Asui. He starts to use his dark magic that would basically revive her from her subatomic state of disillusion, which wakes her back up. As she gets back up, like her head feels weird. She touches the side of her cheek and then rubs her mouth as she says, what the? They're like, what happened? I don't know. She feels around, saying that I think I was grabbed. She feels loved right now. She doesn't know what it is. What the fuck? As everybody's like, that's kind of weird. Well, whatever. We need you to be at peace with all these animals. So basically, she goes up and then uses the kind of like animal thing where anything above like level 50 would attack them. Anything below that, however, will not. As they just start wadding through these things, you know, Asui wasn't able to go into here just yet, and she was terrified of all the animals. Ojiro keeps her inside of his tail and holds her around like a cocoon. He has gained iron skin since that point because of his skills, and also has gotten flexible muscles, which allow his muscles to basically expand to any degree, really. However, they will get weaker the more that they expand. His class was known as Fighter, and however, he's a variant class of Fighter itself. He's a monk, but he's the Flesh Monk. It's a very, very weird class that he had gotten before that no one had ever seen in this world. It was this unique to his exact person. Todoroki had gotten Dark Mage, Dark Slayer, and Dark Mage Slayer. So he had gotten multiple classes. That's why they were chosen for, you know, personal training by Aizawa. And that's why they're basically the best of their group, of everybody in UA that had been changed to this place. They make their way into the underground and come out where Deku had originally gone. They find a course through all of these animals, as she uses her animal finding skill, which is also included in the Druid spellbook, where she sees a line of like a place where something huge would have been feeding off of the animals. There was no animals in that exact path. Along the way, they find holes inside of the mother tree as it was rapidly deteriorating. They make their way through the dead zone of animals, where the mother tree had seemed to spread her roots the most. And then they finally make their way to the totem area, where all of the things inside of the swamp had died. No more monsters, no nothing. They go up to the totem. Ojiro notices this totem from what he had seen multiple times before. There was supposed to be a test, but it had been deactivated because of that. Todoroki and him looked down to the depths below, at a gate that had been below this swamp. Before it had been unlocked, bursted open with sheer strength. Something of high power level would have coursed through here. They all dive down below into this gate and then come out to a huge, just underground cavernous, just oceans upon oceans. And all they see in the distance is twinkling lights and a beach right next to them. It seemed that war had been struck by this land, but it had been sent into this golden age where there was peace settling upon the beaches now. No blood, no war shed. All of them looked confused at each other. What could have gone through here to cause such war and trenches throughout all of this place? And that's where we change back to Deku's perspective. Deku had just basically, he had punched into the mouth of Ares. Ares grinning and just like laughing maniacally at the weakness of Deku. However, Deku's point wasn't to just punch him. No, he opens up his hand and calls the trident to his hand. He overrides the facts of the trident to go to his hand, the tip instead of the handle, and it ejects itself into the mouth of Ares. He stops laughing. His health courses all the way down to 70%, and then Deku uses code break, which basically allows him to like change things that can never happen in real life, where he twists around the trident all the way down around to his hand, slicing off the head of Ares. As the trident continues to twirl around, and then Deku takes a hold of it and twirls it around his fingers like he's been using it for millions of years, and then tosses it down into the dirt. He catches his breath. He had gotten punched in the stomach and also kicked to the side of the head by Ares, and that was enough to get him down to almost 20% health. Any longer in that fight, he would have died. Luckily, he had that trick up his sleeve. Ares, just body floats there, unmoving. As Deku, all he hears is, quest completed. You know what I mean? And he's just like, holy shit. He just like falls down, completely wiped out. As all of the people run down and are just like, our new king. Wait a minute. What happened to Poseidon? Everybody's like excited. And he's like, this is going to be trouble. He waits for the coronation when he's going to become prince, where he's going to say that he's king. And suddenly the quest thing just starts spreading out into multiple things. There was a secret unlock feature where basically the king of oceans Poseidon was supposed to live, actually, but he forced this one-on-one. The death of Poseidon means that basically a secret unlock where he unlocks the title King of Oceans, and also gains true trident form, where the trident now has a special ability to include minor illusion with itself too. The enchantment glows onto the trident as it hovers up into the air and then vibrates violently. The wind, the sea around it just starts to warble and then it finally stops. shining so brightly, and it comes back to his hand without question. He had felt the connection finally bond to him. The quest was completed. Special conditions not unlocked yet. One of the conditions was that you complete the quest with more than 1,000 warriors still alive, which was one of the most difficult quests that existed in the world, and he had completed it. That includes plus experience, getting him from level 30 to almost level 45. Of course, I'm considering the quest rewards of XP with it too, since the quest rewards were insane. The mother tree, of course, continues her talk with him, telling him about, the lovely times that she had with the King of Oceans. He had actually came to her offering his water so that she would continue to protect his land. He donated most out of anybody. After all, he owned almost everything. Although the people would worship her, he took pride in her. He stuck with her through the nights. She had wondered if he had anything else to do, but when she had figured out that all of his people had died a long time ago, she felt bad and offered all of the land inside of her. Everything in the dungeon would be his. He decided to take it. Of course, he started a kingdom. He was happy with his life. He had finally gotten what he wanted, his people, me, everyone. It's such a shame. The mother tree doesn't look like it, but she's crying. If a mother tree could cry. Deku says, yes, but what about the soul gem? Oh, that's right. The humans that I came in here, they had stolen it. They had what? They stole it. What the God damn it! What did I do all this for? She says, do not worry. The land that they went to is not far away. Deku says, oh, God damn it. Wait, there's one thing I need to do though. He picks up the trident. Currently, when he's talking to the Mother Earth, Mother Tree, he's at the funeral of Poseidon. He rests the trident on top of the funeral, on top of the burial of his father. He said, he tells the whole kingdom that he will grant them a golden age, which was also a secret requirement to help the people of the land of the sea. He says that there is plenty of land outside of the place. I will secure you land and other people to trade with. Plenty of ocean outside of this, with no war. I will also give you modern technology far beyond anything that has been of this world. Ring this trident. The trident that basically Ares had wielded is placed upon both of their burials. He says, tap this with the great hammer, with the great iron hammer, and I will come and to defend you. If if the trident starts ringing by itself, that means that I am ready for all of you to come. So basically, Deku looks at his options of evolution. Now sitting on top of the throne, deciding what to do next. Basically, he's sitting there like on his hand, and then he's finally done looking through all the options. The evolutions don't actually tell them. He has variation, of course, again, or he has or original, or he can take the legendary, basically the Kraken sort of thing. And the Kraken evolution is locked to him for some reason. So he goes up to both of the tridents, smashing the other trident with one of the tridents. As once they both slam together, a noise is made, and this ringing goes throughout all of the seas, summoning the Kraken straight to him. The Kraken says, "What is your wish for me to do, master? You don't think I'm your real master, do you? Not really. You haven't earned my respect just yet. What about murdering your previous master's murderer? Yes, that has earned you points. There's a scoring system now. Do not worry, human. I don't have any ill will towards you." He checks the stats of the Kraken, and all it reads out is question mark, question mark, question mark. "I will not grant you my power, however, nor will I do anything for you. Will you show up?" "I guess." "Good. That's very good." As he starts to walk away, as it just questions, "What are you planning, human?" "Oh, nothing. Suddenly one of the soldiers comes out behind and slices off one of the tentacles, the biggest tentacle that connects to Kraken, and the Kraken reels out in pain, trying to crush him. However, Deku slams against the trident once more, unsummoning the Kraken. The Kraken's like, "No!" as it floats away. Deku picks up the trident, the tentacle from Cthulhu, Kraken, and is like, "Good job, soldier. You've done your crunchy proud." This starts to be crafted into a cape. Basically, as the quest requires, the evolution requires, is material of Kraken. But you can realistically just get that by sneak attacking it. And that's what he did. So now he unlocks the evolution. He clicks onto it, sitting on his throne. And suddenly he falls asleep. Completely. Surrounded by all those who follow him. They all wonder what exactly had happened to him. He falls asleep for almost 3 days, as they say. He slept for even more after that. It came out to almost a month. When he had woken back up, he had felt so much more human. But not. The human form, but the soul is corrupted. His menu screen kind of like glitches out. He was wondering why it didn't say anything before, because it had glitched this species into the game. It kind of like didn't say anything. It didn't recognize his evolution. Maybe this wasn't supposed to happen. Maybe this evolution was broken into the game. He looks up to his hands once more. They were pure white. His hair drooped down to his sides in pure black, abyssal blue in tints of that. As his black jacket that was forged from the Kraken was now draped over his arms, was now draped over his neck. This cloak was put on him by the greatest forger in the underworld, in the underwater, and was put on him by his servant, his most faithful servant. He gets up, wobbling kind of back and forth. After all, the water was kind of weird to him once more. As everybody praises their lord from coming back from stasis, they had already had his crowning, as they didn't even realize that he was tired. They thought he was just tired. After all, it was a war. So they just crowned him while he was asleep. As, he touches the top of his head and feels the crown, this crustule stuff that they had scavenged from his father's corpse. He doesn't feel like he earns it just yet. However, he'll keep it for now. He cloaks it using minor illusion that he had learned from before to cloak it so that it doesn't make him pop out. Basically, Deku now looks like Slenderman with tentacles and all. The tentacles, however, that come out from his cloak, from his jacket, and the tentacles basically resemble that of the Krakens. It gives basically plus 20 defense, which is already pretty good, and also you can basically summon tentacles out from your hands and your pockets, which he can use to great effects. His paralysis is much greater. His speech. Basically, his speech is upgraded by almost 200, even though he has no mouth now. He looks quite like the Slenderman now that I'm thinking about it. God damn it! Why am I just using pop culture, people? Anyways, basically, Deku says well, it doesn't look exactly the most natural. However, where was that island again? Island. The mother tree pops in saying Island, and he's like, all right. He snaps his neck and looks towards the exit of where he had came. Thank you so much for watching. I'll get to you part 2 by the end of today. Goodbye.